Hello Capricorn, welcome to your October of 2019 astrology and tarot reading. My name is Jai Gobind and this is your channel for grace. Thank you guys so much for subscribing, to all the new subscribers and all the ones that have been here for a while. Please hit the notification bell or turn on your notifications so you get notified of when I go live and upload and premiere videos, which I do quite often. And also give the video a thumbs up. I have a few announcements to let you guys know before we get into the astrology. October is a pretty powerful month for us. I think all months are pretty powerful from now on. Like, we don't get a break really because the universe is really like pushing us forward, making us continue to move forward in our lives and really change and transform ourselves on the inside, and then now begin to really transform our outer reality, the physical reality, our external environment. So a lot going on for October, and I'm excited to announce that I will be co-leading a course with Jason from Ray of Light Tarot. This course is called Finding the Magic Playground. It begins on October 13th on the full moon in Aries, which we'll talk about a little bit, but it's a really powerful full moon and new beginning. So what we have been kind of focusing on lately is a lot of internal work, and now we're really being asked to begin to change, like I said, our lives on the outside, looking at a different perspective and really bringing things to manifestation and starting to actually create those dreams that we want for ourselves. So Jason and I have created this course to help you understand on a foundational level how manifesting really works and how you can start to bring more joy into your life and heal yourself to the point where manifesting what you want is pretty much an instant thing. It happens right away and you are just on top of your game. We want to teach you guys how to do that. We want to show you how we do that every day. I live like that every day. And it's been a passion of mine to help other people be in that state of joy and bliss and living your purpose and being happy for once in your life, right? So if you're interested, the link is in the description of the video. I would really appreciate you guys checking it out and seeing if it's something that calls your attention, that pulls you in. That would be amazing. We would love to work with you. And the class is filling up, and it is also there's a limited amount of space as well. So if you are interested, make sure that you sign up as soon as you can. The other thing that is happening also in October, which I'm like, it's so freaking out about it, is my natal astrology readings are going to be available starting October 1st. You'll be able to sign up on my website, channelforgrace.guru, and it'll be very in-depth report. I'm going to do a written report. We're going to have a one-on-one session, 90 minutes to an hour or to 2 hours. And we'll talk about major transits that are going on now, how they're affecting you, also 2020 transits and how they will be affecting you, and also look deep into the cycles, the spiritual awakenings and those cycles that you can see when you look at someone's natal chart, when they've happened in your life or when they're about to happen. So to guide you better, to give you a better sort of understanding of yourself. Your natal chart is your blueprint, and so it's a powerful sort of symbol or hologram into who you are at a multi-dimensional level. And I'm so excited to start to bring these readings to you guys. So you'll be able to sign up starting the 1st. And remember, my Etsy shop, Eagle Star Jewels, is still at a 50% off everything in the store until the end of September. So check that out. Just go to Etsy and find Eagle Star Jewels on Etsy. And if you don't choose to buy anything, at least favorite the shop, and that will really help to get the shop out there so more customers see it. And also, if you actually have bought something from me, I would really like if you, or appreciate if you could leave a review of what you think of what you bought. And hopefully you liked it. If you haven't watched the October astrological forecast video, make sure you check that out. That went out on Monday. And I go over in detail all of these events that I'm going to present to you here and tell you how they're affecting you specifically as a Capricorn rising in your chart. But also, I go in so much more detail in that other video that I highly recommend you watch that one so you get an overview of the month itself, which is going to be amazing. So let's begin with your astrology. On the 3rd, we have 3 powerful transits happening. Pluto going direct, Mercury moving into Scorpio, and Mars moving into Libra. Now, Pluto is going direct actually in your first house of self and identity. Pluto and Saturn and the South Node have been moving along together, and they've been transiting your first house, really making Capricorns like step up and start to really heal things from the past, karmic patterns that you have held onto. And now that we have found clarity, Saturn just went direct, Pluto's now going direct, and then we have Neptune going direct in November. And so these planets starting to go direct, it's like the train is getting its momentum and we're moving forward very quickly. So it's very important for you, and this happening in your first house, to understand that this is happening because you're being asked to step up, and your outside reality has to match the growth that you've done on the inside. Mercury moving into Scorpio in your 11th house of friends and sharing yourself to the world is going to be really powerful as well. Mercury is the mind, it's the thoughts, it's the thinking patterns, it's how we want to find information and knowledge and really, really dive deep, because in Scorpio, we want to look underneath the surface. We want to really find out what our friends are about in the 11th house. So you're going to be having a lot of beautiful conversations with friendships that are very deep. Mars moves into Libra on the 3rd as well, and this is in your 10th house of career. Mars is our drive, and in Libra, it doesn't necessarily feel like it's at its best, because Mars feels at its best when it's in Aries. But because it's not able to do what it really wants to do, which is very like ego driven, I'm going to do this, I'm going to kind of plow through this task and just get it done. It has to take a step back in Libra and look around and say, there's more people involved here. Let's see if we can find out, everyone's perspective. Let's try to understand. It becomes more of a diplomat when it's in Libra, and it wants to really to be fair, and it wants everybody to feel good. So it's an interesting dynamic for Mars. It's an interesting transit for Mars to be in Libra. And in your 10th house, this has to do with your career. So your drive in your career will be to really start to work together with people and bring more people into that aspect of collaboration. So that should be interesting for you. The Sun will square Saturn on the 7th, and the Sun is in your 10th house of career, and Saturn is in your first house of self and identity. And so when the Sun squares Saturn, this is going to bring up a little bit of an obstacle, something that needs to be worked out and looked at and resolved in order for you to continue, moving forward. Something gets presented during squares, and the universe says, hasn't been resolved yet. So let's figure this out, and then we can keep going. So the Sun in your 10th house of career, this is going to be a conflict between your career and also you. So you and your career. So what is the tension there? Do you feel you should be asking yourself questions like, does your career really resemble who you are inside? Are those aligning together? And that's really what we all are kind of being called to do right now as we transition into the age of Aquarius, officially transition next year. But in a sense, it's really looking at, does your career make you feel good about yourself? And that's really important for you to be looking at right now. We all have to be doing something that makes us feel good about ourselves. Mercury will oppose Uranus. Also on this day, Mercury will be in Scorpio in your 11th house, like we talked about, and Uranus will be in Taurus in your 5th house of creativity. So this is an opposition. So this is the duality between these two houses. Like the 5th house is creativity, and it integrates into the 11th house of sharing that creativity with the world, with your friends, with social life. Mercury is you wanting to understand really deeply your friendships, and Uranus and Taurus is asking you to rebuild yourself in a creative way. It's a mirror. It's a mirror that comes up during an opposition and shows you again, another one of those alignment things. Are you aligned? Is what you're creating in your life aligned with how you're sharing yourself with the world? But just keep bringing the dualities together so that they become polarities and they work together instead of against each other. Venus moves into Scorpio in your 11th house of friends and sharing on the 8th. And so this is more about relationships in the friendship world. There's a lot going on. So I wouldn't be surprised if you're wanting to dive deeper into relationships with friends. Not necessarily romantic relationships, but with your friends. If you're wanting to learn more about them, have deeper conversations with friends, these are going to be really powerful things that happen that you're going to be driven to do. The full moon in Aries on the 13th is going to be happening in your 4th house of the home. And like I mentioned, the full moon is an initiation or a new beginning, setting new intentions. Although it is a full moon, and full moons are about letting go, this is an Aries full moon, which means it's the beginning of a lunar cycle. And so we are all beginning a new journey here. We are all in the position of the Fool. For you, it's going to be asking you to really look at the realm of your home. And what are you beginning new at home? What is this journey that you're beginning that has to do with your home life? Powerful stuff there. The sun will enter Scorpio, and we'll have a new moon in Scorpio on the 23rd and the 27th of October. The 11th in your 11th house of friends and sharing again. So there's a lot happening in this house. So don't be surprised if you feel really called to either make more friends or reconnect with friends that you haven't connected with for a long time, or be really social this month. This is going to be something that's very apparent for you, Capricorn. And then on the 30th, the last major event is Mercury conjuncting Venus. So more of that, right? Like the social life. It's like Mercury wants to talk and learn and understand, and Venus wants to connect with people and have relationships with people. And in Scorpio, they want to go really deep. So I'm really seeing a lot of really awesome things coming for you with all of your friendships that you have. And that will also be trining Chiron in Aries in the 4th house of the home. And we're all, with Chiron and Aries, we're all really learning how to heal the masculine wound, the ego wound, and learn to become more humble. So these are powerful transitions that are, they're kind of coming alive, but they're also important for us to look at because they show us the way to healing. So that's what's happening for you, Capricorn. I'm excited for you guys. Let's say a little prayer. Burn some Palo Santo, create some sacred space for you guys, and we can pull some cards and see what the cards want to say to you. Thank you, Great Spirit, for being here with us today. I would like to ask help clearing the energy of the cards as well as my energy, so I can be that open channel of wisdom, intuition, and these messages to flow through to you. Wow. Did you see that? It just went flying out. So here we go. 8 of Pentacles. It's kind of building yourself up. And the 4 of Cups, which is a little bit about not quite seeing what you have and being too focused on what you don't have, or the things that haven't quite manifested themselves. Like you're focusing on the negative and not on what you really have going on. So I would recommend find an attitude of gratitude this month. Look beyond what is here, because I can promise you that what is here is not going to stay like this forever. It will change. It is already changing. Pluto is going to go direct, and we're going to feel massive shifting. So if you stay on top, meaning connecting to the higher frequencies of what do these planets want to do for you? What are these planets trying to help you do? 3 of Pentacles. If you connect to that energy, then you will understand what's going on and why. Especially with all the Scorpio energy coming in, we get to see what's going on beneath the surface, because it's all the hidden stuff. The things that you don't normally see now are being revealed. Secrets are being revealed. Do one more card for you guys. Oh, the Hermit. Interesting. Oh, I kind of like that. Okay, so the 8 of Pentacles is your first card. I like this card There's a lot of Egyptian kind of symbolism in this card, and it makes me think of past lives, Egyptian past lives, or the knowledge, the secret knowledge, the occult that's being revealed, the secrets that are being revealed with all this Scorpio energy coming in. But the Eight of Pentacles this is the card of the tradesman. This is a time to learn a new skill or focus on work. Maybe there's a new job coming for you in the future, but this is definitely a time to focus. You are transforming who you are on the inside. Now you're beginning to transform yourself on the outside. So this Eight of Pentacles says, maybe what you really want, remember I was talking about that career and your first house, what you really need to do to align yourself now fully is to step into a career that really aligns with who you are on a very deep level. And aligns with your purpose, and then you'll feel amazing. With the Four of Cups, like I mentioned, be wary of focusing on the things that are not working, because that will go against you manifesting what you really want in your life. If you find yourself looking at what's in front of you and saying, this is not what I want, then at the corner of your eye is this other cup, right? In the traditional tarot that's being handed to you by the universe, by the divine, saying, hey, look at this though. This is what's coming. Like, turn your focus, like literally turn your focus towards gratitude and what you already have. And just trust that all of these changes are happening for a reason, a very specific reason, calling us all to really rise. The Three of Pentacles. I like this card. The image of this card, it's like the friendship energy that we get in your 11th house. I see it in this card. But the Three of Pentacles is more specifically about being rewarded for your achievements and your successes. And this is a reward that comes either financially or through the approval of someone you admire, or your friends, someone that's, people that you love. You feel yourself like really stepping into purpose and into awareness, and people are seeing it too, and they're kind of giving you props, like, yeah, you got this, you're doing good, like, don't worry. If you feel so I see two themes here. Let me just show you these two themes real quick. So the Eight of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles, right? You are stepping into building yourself up. You have succeeded in a lot of ways, and you are receiving that, that beautiful admiration for it, and people are valuing you and noticing you for it, and it makes you feel good about yourself. And that's what's happening here, and you're stepping into knowing how to align better. If you find yourself feeling this Four of Cups energy where you're focusing on the wrong stuff and not really seeing the other side or the brighter side of the future, what is really a good thing to do with the Hermit card is to take a moment and go within. Go within and ask yourself, who am I? Am I aligning with who I am truly inside? Am I showing who I really am inside? And am I being this person out in the world? Or am I just being this person within, or thinking I'm this person, but really the way I'm acting outside is different than who I really feel I am? And how can I connect more who I am within to my outer reality? This takes meditating to figure that out. It takes going into that hermit mode and finding the answers. The answers come from within always. Then you get to express them out in the world, and you become that beautiful expression of your soul. You get alignment. I love that. We've been talking about this. A lot of you guys this month got this card. We're all learning to align. You specifically aligning who you are with what you're putting out there in the world. You also get let your light shine with that fifth house energy. Uranus in your fifth house, asking you to rebuild yourself in a creative way, and how you really are creative in the world. You are being asked to let your light shine, and that's beautiful. And you are expanding. And this process of expanding is never easy, and we all have to just be, kind of really understanding of the process, and the fact that sometimes it gets difficult before it gets better. That's definitely like Four of Cups energy. Sometimes we feel down before we realize, oh my God, like I shouldn't have been feeling down, because there's all this amazingness that's coming that I didn't see. I didn't see it, but I see it now. So once you get to that point where I see it now, just run with it and you're going to be perfectly fine. Love you, Capricorn. I hope you have an amazing month of October. I will be back next month for your reading and also releasing a lot of videos. So make sure that you stay connected, stay tuned, and I will see you guys soon. Sat Nam.